Good morning, everyone. Steve here from theturtlefollower.com with your stock market outlook video for the upcoming week. Today is Sunday, October 11th, and we're going to take a look at the major futures contracts, the S&P, the Dow, NASDAQ, and the Russell, and kind of get an idea of maybe where we may be headed this upcoming week. So last week was a very strong week for the bulls. You could see that it just bounced right off that bottom, double bottom from the middle of August, and really didn't really take a pause throughout much of last week and even a little bit of the week before. So you have right now some very overbought conditions on the market. All right, you can see we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the last 7 days we've been higher. And right now, with what transpired on Friday, brings us to a key point in the market. And what I'm looking at, if we zoom out here, a couple things. All right, first, we've kind of traded over this 1992 area, which was an area I thought we would kind of get rejected at. You could see that with the Fed move on Thursday, that didn't happen. All right, and then here we are Friday, where we put in a little bit of maybe an indecision bar, a little bit of a doji. All right, so now the question is, where do we go from here? And if we go back and zoom out a little bit more, you'll see that the first real point of resistance is this 2010 area. Okay, 2010 was the lows from back in March and April. Okay, you could see we bottomed out there a couple times, and it also was the high from this area here. So that leaves the big question now of where we go from here, and that says, do we retrace or do we continue and complete the reversal and break through these support levels? Being that the market is overbought, and the fact that we came right to that 2010 area and put in a somewhat of a indecision bar, to me tells me that we want to at least pull back for maybe the start of the week, put in a higher low, maybe come down around 1970 or so, and put in a higher low, work off these overbought conditions, and then look to break out. Because don't forget, all these people that are up here in this upper gray box are looking for areas to sell into. Okay, so remember, old support becomes new resistance, and that's exactly what we have here. So we have a couple levels of resistance ahead of us, and a market that's overbought. I just don't see it going forward. But again, I kind of thought Friday would be a big reversal day. We didn't get it today, or I should say, now that Friday's passed, I still think that we get somewhat a reversal, somewhat of a move back into the 1900s on the futures, and then reevaluate from there. I don't necessarily think that this is a giant pullback that comes to 1894 or 1897. I just think maybe it comes in and maybe to like 1960 or so. But again, we'll see how this plays out. A couple other things to look at. Next question is this a potential for a little bit of a bear flag, a larger bear flag in an overall pattern? Remember, look at the overall picture here on the weekly. If I can get the chart to enlarge. All right, we're trading under the 200-day moving average. We haven't done that in some time now. Now, I know everybody continues to compare this to 2011, and really that was the start of our huge move that we had for a couple of years. So maybe this is the pause that resets everything. All right, maybe this same situation plays out, because again, look, we traded under the 200-day moving average. We put in a lower high here, all right, and then ultimately it got retraced and taken back, and then we started trading back over the 200-day, and that started a huge move from 1276 all the way up to 2100. All right, so that's another possibility of what we have in store, is that this is the pause that resets. We kind of shake out all the weak hands and then look to resume the uptrend. All right, very possible. And if we even zoom back a little further, let's go to a 10-year chart. We have to go to the SPX. I have to go to the SPX for a 10-year chart. All right, again, here was that little pullback in 2011 right here. All right, but look at what we had before that. Here we go. Here's another one that consolidated below the 200-day, led to a nice run. Consolidated below the 200-day, led to a huge run. Now we're consolidating below the 200-day again. Question is, does it lead to the next run that we're looking for? But as of right now, that's a long way down the path. For right now, let's just concentrate on where do we go in the next week. But ultimately, I still think that this market heads higher, and even with all the headwinds with the rates and all the defaults on different countries, I still think this market is a strong, resilient market, because if not, you could see here, even on the ES, we never even came back to 1830. All right, we put in a higher low across the board. So I'm looking for a nice continued move to the upside here. All right, the NQs, NASDAQ, similar situation. All right, came right up to that support area, 4380. We have this downtrend line in place. That's kind of where we're sitting right now. So my question is, at this point, do we push through? Now, realize here that the NASDAQ doesn't have nearly as much resistance to push through, because it's already been pushing through a good portion of it. All right, here was a big area here where I thought, we would maybe see a reversal, and we did for about a day. I even highlighted it in this oval here. All right, but then sure enough, bulls took it right back. Next area of real significant resistance is this downtrend line, and then if that breaks, then we have this 4481. So here too, I'm looking for maybe a small pullback, and then off to the races type of situation. The YM, the Dow, all right, broke right through everything. It didn't even have stand a chance. This downtrend line, again, thought that this was going to be an area of resistance. All right, you can see here, pushed right through it, didn't even care. All right, here was the next level, 16,815. All right, didn't even care. Next level that I'm looking at is somewhere around this 17,219 area. All right, that area, who knows? Maybe it doesn't even care. But again, I would feel much more comfortable if we saw a pullback, put in a higher low, and then off to the races. All right, and the Russell, which has been lagging the S&P, for a good majority of the time. Similar situation, came right up to this 1167, and that's where it paused on Friday. So we'll see what happens there. As you can see, 1190 is another area that we should be looking for. But again, as with all of them, I would be much more comfortable if we had a little bit of a pullback, all right, and then push through. But sometimes the market doesn't happen, because now you have people that are short covering because the market's not falling. All right, so you have that adding to the buying, because remember, when you cover a short, you actually are buying back the stock. All right, so you have that, and then on the other hand, you have people that were sitting in cash that are now concerned that they're going to miss the move. All right, and now they're chasing. So you have a lot of different influences going that is pushing this market higher. And honestly, if this market turns around and next week we don't even see a pause here, then the V-shaped reversal's on, and we got to really start looking for some nice plays to the long side. So we're gonna do that in the members only video. If you guys aren't a member, go ahead, sign up for even the 7-day trial. If you like it, stick around. If not, so be it, type of thing. Other than that, have a great rest of the weekend, and we'll catch you sometime during the week. Take care.